Chapter 1. The Perfect Student. Liam adjusted his thick-rimmed glasses and pulled his hoodie tighter around his slim frame as he walked through the university courtyard. At 20, he had perfected the art of invisibility, baggy clothes, muted scents, and a carefully maintained reputation as the quiet, studious beta who kept to himself. If only they knew the truth. Liam! Wait up. He turned to see his best friend Maya jogging toward him, her alpha scent warm and familiar. One of the few he allowed himself to notice. You're going to be late for Professor Chen's class, she panted, falling into step beside him. Again. I know. Liam pushed his glasses up his nose, a nervous habit he'd developed. I was in the library until closing last night working on my thesis proposal. You work too hard, Maya said, studying his face with concern. When's the last time you actually relaxed? Went out? Met someone? I don't have time for dating, Liam replied quickly, the same answer he always gave. How could he explain that dating meant exposure, and exposure meant his carefully constructed life would crumble? They entered the lecture hall, and Liam's steps faltered. There, in his usual seat in the back row, sat someone else, someone whose presence made every nerve in Liam's body stand at attention. Dante Wolfe, star of the university's basketball team, business major, and undeniably the most powerful alpha on campus. His dark hair was tousled like he'd run his fingers through it, and even from across the room, Liam could feel the intensity of his presence. Looks like someone's in your spot, Maya whispered. Come on, let's sit closer to the front. No, Liam said quickly, then caught himself. I mean, it's fine. We can sit anywhere. But as they found seats in the middle of the room, Liam couldn't stop glancing back at Dante, and worse, Dante was looking right back at him. Chapter 2. Unexpected Attention. After class, Liam packed his notes with practiced efficiency, eager to escape before, Excuse me. Liam's heart stopped. That deep, smooth voice belonged to only one person. He looked up to find Dante standing beside his desk, and up close, the alpha was even more overwhelming. You're Liam Park, right? Top of Professor Chen's advanced economics class? Yes? Liam's voice came out higher than usual. Dante smiled, and it transformed his entire face from intimidating to warm. I'm Dante. I was wondering if you might be available for tutoring. I'm struggling with the macroeconomic theory section, and Professor Chen recommended you. Maya kicked Liam under the desk, her eyes wide with barely contained excitement. I don't really do tutoring, Liam stammered. I'm very busy with my own studies and... I'll pay well, Dante interrupted. And I promise I'm a dedicated student. I just need someone who actually understands this stuff. He'd love to help, Maya said brightly, ignoring Liam's panicked look. Wouldn't you, Liam? Trapped, Liam nodded weakly. I suppose I could spare a few hours? Great, Dante's smile widened. Are you free this evening? We could meet at the campus library, or if you prefer somewhere quieter, I have a study room reserved at my apartment complex. Library, Liam said quickly. Library is fine. Perfect. 7 o'clock, third floor. Dante was already pulling out his phone. What's your number? In case I need to reschedule or find you. With shaking fingers, Liam input his contact information, very aware of how close Dante was standing, how his scent, cedar and something distinctly masculine, seemed to wrap around him. See you tonight, Liam, Dante said. And there was something in the way he said Liam's name that made his stomach flutter. As soon as Dante left, Maya grabbed Liam's arm. Oh my God, Dante Wolfe just asked you out. It's tutoring, not a date, Liam protested. The hottest alpha on campus wants to spend time alone with you, and you think it's just about economics? Maya shook her head. Sometimes I wonder how someone so smart can be so oblivious. But Liam wasn't oblivious. He was terrified. Because if Dante got too close, he might discover that the quiet beta everyone thought they knew was actually something much more dangerous. Chapter 3. Dangerous Territory. The library's third floor was nearly empty by 7 o'clock. Liam had arrived early and claimed a corner table, surrounding himself with textbooks like a fortress. His suppressants were at full strength, but being near Dante for an extended period would be risky. Sorry I'm late, Dante's voice made him look up. The alpha had changed from his usual designer clothes into a simple t-shirt and jeans, making him look younger and somehow more approachable. It's fine, Liam said, not trusting his voice to say more. Dante settled into the chair beside him, close enough that Liam caught hints of his scent, despite the suppressants. I brought coffee, he said, sliding a cup toward Liam. Vanilla latte, right? I asked Maya, what you usually order. You asked Maya about me? I wanted to get it right, Dante said simply. You seem like someone who notices details. Liam's hands trembled slightly as he opened his textbook. Let's start with Chapter 12. Monetary policy and its effects on... For the next hour, they worked through problem sets and theoretical frameworks. Dante was actually a good student, attentive, asking thoughtful questions, and taking careful notes. But Liam became increasingly aware of how the Alpha watched him, studying his face as he explained concepts. You're really passionate about this stuff, Dante observed during a break. Economics shapes everything, Liam replied, relaxing slightly. Understanding market forces, policy impacts, how systems work. It's like having a map of the world's hidden machinery. Is that why you want to work in policy analysis after graduation? Liam blinked in surprise. How do you know about that? I pay attention, Dante said softly, especially to interesting people. I'm not interesting, Liam protested automatically. I'm just what? Smart, dedicated, passionate about making the world better? Dante leaned closer. Trust me, that's interesting. Something in his tone made Liam look up, and their eyes met. For a moment, the air between them felt charged, electric. Liam's suppressants couldn't completely hide his body's reaction, and he saw Dante's nostrils flare slightly. Liam, Dante said carefully. Are you... I should go, Liam said abruptly, shoving his books into his bag. It's getting late, and I have an early class tomorrow. Wait. Dante caught his wrist gently. Did I say something wrong? The touch sent shockwaves through Liam's system. No, I need to leave. Can we do this again tomorrow? Dante's voice was hopeful. Same time? Liam knew he should say no, knew he was playing with fire, but looking into Dante's earnest brown eyes, he found himself nodding. Tomorrow, he whispered and fled. Chapter 4. Cracks in the Facade. The next evening's session went similarly, productive studying punctuated by moments of tension that left Liam breathless. Dante was becoming bolder, sitting closer, letting their hands brush when reaching for the same book. You know, Dante said as they packed up, you're different from what I expected. What did you expect? Liam asked despite himself. I don't know. Someone more typical beta, I guess. Neutral. But you're not neutral at all. There's something about you that's... He trailed off, seeming to search for words. That's what... Liam's heart was racing. Captivating, Dante said simply. Like you're hiding something incredible behind all those walls you've built. Liam's bag slipped from his suddenly numb fingers, books scattering across the floor. As they both bent to collect them, their faces ended up inches apart. Liam, Dante breathed, and Liam could see the exact moment the Alpha's expression changed from curious to certain. You're not a beta. Panic flooded Liam's system. I don't know what you mean. You're sent, Dante continued gently. Even with suppressants, I can tell. You're Omega. Liam scrambled backward, books forgotten. You're wrong. I'm not wrong. Dante's voice was calm, non-threatening. The question is why you're hiding it. I'm not hiding anything, Liam said desperately. I'm registered as beta. I live as beta. I am beta. Liam. Dante stood slowly, hands visible and non-threatening. It's okay. Your secret is safe with me. There's no secret. But even as he said it, tears were gathering in Liam's eyes. Why are you so scared? Dante asked softly. What happened to make you think you need to hide who you are? And suddenly all of Liam's carefully maintained composure cracked. Because I watched what happened to my brother, he whispered. He was brilliant. Valedictorian. Full scholarship to medical school. His whole life planned out. But when he presented as Omega junior year of college, everything changed. His boyfriend left him. His scholarship was revoked because Omegas are too emotional for high-stress programs. Our parents were so ashamed they cut contact. Liam, he's a nurse now instead of a surgeon. Still helping people, but not what he dreamed of. Liam wiped his eyes angrily. I won't let that happen to me. I won't be diminished or dismissed because of biology. So you suppress everything, Dante said with understanding. Your scent, your natural responses, probably your heat cycles too. It works, Liam said defensively. Does it? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're killing yourself slowly. Chapter 5. Truth and Consequences. You don't understand, Liam said, backing away further. You're an alpha. You've never had to hide what you are or pretend to be less than you are just to be taken seriously. You're right, Dante admitted. I don't understand that specific struggle. But I understand hiding. What could you possibly hide? You're everything society expects an alpha to be. Dante laughed bitterly. Am I? Do you know why I really need tutoring, Liam? Liam shook his head, still wary. Because I have a learning disability. Severe dyslexia that makes processing complex text almost impossible sometimes. I've been hiding it my whole life, using audio recordings and elaborate study techniques to keep up. The only reason I'm not failing is because I work twice as hard as everyone else. Liam's anger deflated slightly. But that's not the same thing, isn't it? I'm the alpha who's supposed to be naturally dominant, naturally superior. What would people think if they knew I struggle with basic reading comprehension? My father would be devastated. The basketball team might lose their scholarship funding. My whole identity would be questioned. I didn't know. Because I'm good at hiding, just like you. Dante took a careful step closer. But sitting here with you, watching how brilliant you are, how passionate, I realized something. What? We're both living half-lives. You're denying your Omega nature, and I'm pretending to be something I'm not. What if we didn't have to hide anymore? It's not that simple, Liam whispered. Isn't it? Dante was close enough now that Liam could see the flecks of gold in his brown eyes. What if I told you that I've been attracted to you since the first day I saw you in class? Not because I suspected you were Omega, but because of your mind, your dedication, the way you challenge Professor Chen's assumptions. Dante, what if I told you that discovering your Omega doesn't change how I feel, except to make me want to protect you from a world that's too stupid to see how incredible you are? You can't mean that. But Liam's voice lacked conviction. I've never meant anything more. Dante reached out slowly, giving Liam time to pull away. When he didn't, Dante cupped his face gently. I want to know all of you, Liam. The brilliant economist, the hidden Omega, the man who's brave enough to reinvent himself completely. All of it. What about your reputation? Your family's expectations? Let me worry about that. Dante's thumb brushed across Liam's cheekbone. The question is, what do you want? Chapter 6. A Leap of Faith. Liam's voice broke. I want to stop being afraid all the time. I want to stop taking suppressants that make me feel numb and disconnected. I want to feel like myself again. Then do it, Dante urged gently. Let me help you. What if people find out? What if my professors treat me differently? What if I lose my research opportunities? Then we'll fight for them together, Dante said firmly. And if the world is too backwards to appreciate your mind, regardless of your secondary gender, then we'll change the world. Despite everything, Liam found himself smiling. You make it sound possible. Because it is possible. Look at me, Liam. When their eyes met, Dante continued, I'm not asking you to out yourself to everyone tomorrow. I'm asking you to trust me with your truth. Let me see the real you. It's been so long since anyone has, Liam admitted. Then start now. With me. Slowly, hesitantly, Liam let his carefully maintained walls crumble. He thought about skipping his suppressants tomorrow, about what it would feel like to exist as his authentic self, even if only around Dante. Okay, he whispered. Okay? I want to try. Being myself, I mean. With you. Dante's smile was radiant. Can I hug you? I promise it's not an alpha dominance thing. I just really want to hold you right now. Liam nodded, and suddenly he was in Dante's arms, surrounded by warmth and that cedar scent that had been calling to him for days. For the first time in years, he let himself relax completely against another person. This feels right, he murmured against Dante's chest. It does, Dante agreed, his voice rough with emotion. It really does. What happens now? Now we take it one day at a time. Tomorrow, you skip one dose of suppressants and see how it feels. I'll be here regardless of what you decide. And if I want to tell people, eventually, About being Omega, I mean? Then I'll stand beside you when you do, but only when you're ready. Chapter 7. New Beginnings. 1 week later, Liam sat in their usual spot in the library, but everything was different. Without suppressants clouding his senses, the world was more vivid, sense more distinct, emotions more intense, his connection to Dante deeper than he'd ever imagined possible. "How are you feeling?" Dante asked, settling beside him with their usual coffee order. "Overwhelmed," Liam admitted, "but also alive. I'd forgotten what it felt like to exist as myself." "Any regrets?" "Only that I waited so long." Liam turned to study Dante's face. "What about you? How are you handling having an Omega who's still mostly in the closet?" "I'm handling it by falling more in love with you every day," Dante said simply. Liam's breath caught. "Love? Is that okay?" "I know it's fast, but I love you too," Liam interrupted. "I think I have since that first tutoring session." Dante's answering kiss was soft and sweet, and Liam marveled at how right it felt to be himself, fully and completely, with someone who saw all of him and chose to stay. "I have news," Dante said when they parted. "Good news or bad news?" "Good news. I told my basketball coach about my dyslexia. Turns out 3 other guys on the team have learning disabilities too. We're starting a support group." "Dante, that's amazing. How do you feel?" "Terrified, but free," he said with a grin. "Sound familiar?" "Very familiar." Liam squeezed Dante's hand. "I have news too." "Yeah. I made an appointment with the registrar's office. Next week, I'm officially changing my designation to Omega." Dante's eyes widened. "Are you sure?" "I'm sure. It's time to stop hiding. And besides," Liam smiled shyly, "I want the whole world to know that I'm your Omega." "My Omega," Dante repeated wonderfully. "I like the sound of that. Even if it means dealing with all the drama that comes with it. The stares, the questions, the assumptions. Especially then," Dante said fiercely, "because every challenge will be a chance to show the world how incredible you are." As they settled back into their studying, hands intertwined on the table between them, Liam felt something he hadn't experienced in years: hope for a future where he could be completely himself. Epilogue. 6 months later. And in conclusion, Liam said, looking out at the packed auditorium, economic policy must account for all members of society, regardless of secondary gender. Omega perspectives on resource allocation and community building are not weaknesses to be managed, but strengths to be leveraged. The applause was thunderous. From the front row, Dante beamed at him with unmistakable pride and love. Later, at the reception, Professor Chen approached with a smile. "Exceptional presentation, Liam. The Policy Institute is very interested in your research on inclusive economic modeling." "Thank you, Professor. None of this would have been possible without your support." "Nonsense, your brilliant mind did all the work. Though I will say, you seem much happier this semester. More yourself." "I am myself," Liam agreed, glancing over at where Dante was charming a group of faculty members. Finally. As the evening wound down, Dante appeared at his side with 2 glasses of champagne. "To the most brilliant Omega I know," Dante toasted. "To the Alpha who helped me remember who I was," Liam replied. They clinked glasses, and Liam marveled at how much his life had changed. He was out, successful, deeply in love, and for the first time in years, completely happy with who he was. "Ready to go home?" Dante asked, wrapping an arm around Liam's waist. "More than ready." As they walked out together into the starlit night, Liam reflected on the journey that had brought them here. Sometimes the most terrifying thing, being authentically yourself, turned out to be the most liberating thing of all. And sometimes, if you were very lucky, you found someone who loved every part of who you were, including the parts you'd been too scared to show the world. "I love you," he whispered as they reached Dante's car. "I love you too," Dante replied, pressing a kiss to his temple. "All of you, forever."